Hi, and welcome to the tutorial to build the site you're seeing in front of you. Alright, to start off with, we're going to make the folder structure. One folder to contain the IMG folder, which contains all of your images, in an empty CSS folder. Goes into there, and then you open Dreamweaver and an HTML file. You're going to want to title the document what the site is about. And then we're going to create the structure of the page using div tags with classes attached to them. Just like that. Remember to close your div tags. And now we're going to go find the folder structure that you just created. We're going to name the site first. Again, whatever the site's about. And there we go. It appears there. And we save the HTML file to that same folder structure before dragging in the image that we put in. Deleting the height and width so it's easier to manipulate later, and adding an alt just in case the image itself won't show. And there's the rest of the div tag structure, and we're putting text into the body and p-tagging it. And now we're going to preview what this HTML only site looks like. It's obviously got a long way to go. So we're going to put new and create a CSS file this time, save it as style, and drag it into the CSS folder just to keep everything organized. And from there it can be accessed and we're going to float all of our containers so that we have a side-by-side structure. Alright, and that is the image tag not being correct. And now it's 20% of the 20% that was allotted for the div container that it lives inside. So we're going to bump the width up to 100% so that it now takes up 20% of the total page. And we're now going to add some margins just to make the site look a lot nicer. and so everything isn't stuck together. And after all the margins are added, this is what it looks like. And now we're going to add a font family to make all of the font something nicer than Times New Roman. Alright, and now we're going to add background color. We're going to do that by going to Subtle Patterns, downloading a Paisley pattern tile, which allows you to create a background without taking up a whole bunch of data. And there it is right in the folder. So typing in background image. Browsing for that piece of paisley in the image folder. And putting a color with that paisley. Nice. Slightly subtle. And then to get to see both of them at the same time, we're going to type in the multiply. The problem is that the links don't work. So we're going to go back into our HTML and in the contact section, we're going to put in A tags. This could link to a specific page quite easily, and you're going to target blank them so that they open in a new window as opposed to the original window. And there you have it, the site's done. I hope you found this helpful.